The political blockbuster of the election season, ex-con Joe Ganim returning to office.
Ganam was elected Tuesday in a landslide.
This is a phenomenal win for Joe Ganim.
He nearly doubled the vote total of his top challenger.
He won nearly every section of the city, some sections by enormous pluralities.
He asked the voters for forgiveness, a chance to serve, and the voters have given it to him today.
Giving the man a second chance.
Certainly it's a comeback story. I don't feel in many ways I really ever left the city.
By sheer power of will, calculated campaign moves, and brute force, Ganam had proved everyone wrong.
People have placed their trust in me to run this city again. They have high hopes, as do I.
He proved that the powers that be at the Connecticut Post, who ripped him to shreds, had a marginal or no voice on the ground within Bridgeport.
There is tension between Ganam's campaign and some of the media outlets here. Many in his campaign say they feel that he was treated unfairly by the media.
He proved an incumbent mayor with a boatload of cash could not buy the election.
We raised $500,000. 85% of the money came from out of town. People from out of town, money from out of town. That's the whole problem. They don't even know the neighborhoods. They don't know what's going on in the city.
And he proved to all the state power players that they would now have to deal with him again or not.
If I lived in Bridgeport, I probably wouldn't vote for him, but I'm the governor of the state of Connecticut, and I have an obligation to treat the people of Bridgeport as I would treat anyone else.
As the party ensued, the hard questions on how to run a city would have to be asked in the days following the celebration. I can assume the many members of Joe's campaign and entourage are expecting roles in City Hall.
This has been a historic comeback for Joe Ganim.
And that a lot of people in the audience were banking on jobs or a few favors when the dust clears. With no tough opponents to face other than the public now, how will Ganam proceed? A few things come to mind right away. The base of Ganam voters are going to want change and want it to be visible.
Bridgeport gone to the dogs. We pay more taxes, the crime rate is up, and a lot of people, a lot of mothers crying for their kids. And the only man could really change this is Mr. Ganam.
The forgotten neighborhoods by former Mayor Bill Finch were very present on election night.
We need to commit to making this a better city.
And with any marginalized base, if they do not see policy changed, they will call for someone's head. Being a politician in 2015 is a lot different than when Ganam was a young mayor. The advent of social media, special interest money, and the sheer crumbling of the infrastructure within inner cities make it hard on any mayor. Taxes, crime, the proper way to improve or design law enforcement that works will be challenging.
This is my man's son. He's 17 years of age. This kid doesn't even grow up. This is my friend's son. I know his mother before he was born. Yeah. His father before he was born. I know we got to go to his funeral. Yeah. What's going on in Bridgeport?
Promises on the campaign trail can come a mile a minute.
We do more both in the area, just not just hiring and funding police officers, but with opportunities for young people and job opportunities.
But when you sit in that big leather chair in City Hall, the decisions and the message becomes a bit tougher.
Tonight, we've not only made history, but we've defined a new course for this great city.
In the next 12 months, City Worlds will track the first year of Ganam's administration and follow stories from the neighborhoods that rarely have a voice, and hopefully will understand if a new police administration can change the rising tide of violence on Bridgeport streets, and if a public school system that has a dropout rate hovering around 50% can make improvements.
I went to the neighborhoods and talked to so many people. I realized we needed a new direction. Taxes were too high, crime was out of control, our education system needed improvement, and people in Bridgeport needed jobs.
All of this would be hard for any newly elected mayor, but now Ganam will do this under one of the largest microscopes of any public official in the nation.
Mayor-elect Joe Ganim says his administration is going to be open and transparent. He says with his past, it has to be, because he knows plenty of people will be watching.
His transparency could be his largest attribute.
I want to make right the areas where I did make mistakes. I don't know a better motivator for good quality, transparent, and effective government.
And who knows, a year down the line, he could set a roadmap for other cities across the United States.
I ask you, as we did after the primary, to extend a hand and welcome those that saw fit to fight for another cause. And ask them to join us, because we need everyone to move this city forward.
I'm sure enemies and a different foe than Mayor Bill Finch will arise in the next few years. City Wars will be around to capture it.